Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Obviously it's just me. Life happens sometimes, but Big Brother still happens. So I'm gonna film a quick recap by myself. Scotty's not here, but he'll be back on Wednesday and we'll have another new video. Yeah, so obviously a lot happened that we didn't get to see that they recapped on this episode, including when they did the HOH competition. That was directly after basically the last episode happened, after the triple eviction. They, that night, then went on and did the HOH, which was a yoga themed one. It basically reminded me of the last summer's comp when they were in the boat, and then originally when it was, I want to say it was season 18. Yeah, the season Nicole one, where they had that extra competition and they were in the RV and they were taking the stuff off, but you have to keep your hands on the buttons. So it was that type of competition. Christmas forgot to take off a layer of clothing to the point where she she upped her time by like a good 15 minutes, like over everybody else. So she clearly was out. She totally screwed up and just like completely lost that one, which was, we love to see it because leg day is not our thing. But it basically ended up coming down to Cody and Memphis. Cody was really killing it. Memphis just sort of like, I almost felt like he threw it, but he didn't throw it. But it was like, he just sort of was like, I'm just gonna go for it, and like took it off, and his time was up to like over 5 minutes, and Cody could see that while he's still doing it, holding everything on the buttons without the time moving, and he's like, I'm just gonna go really slow, and he ended up being like a little over 3 minutes by the time that he finished. So clearly, like we had said, Cody is the new HOH, because we cannot have nice things in 2020 or BB22. We just can't. It's just not possible. Derek made that not possible. Anyways, so obviously on this episode we got to see the behind the scenes of a little bit more of what went down during the triple eviction. There was like a confrontation between Danny and Christmas when Christmas was going in to the room to, or walking into the hallway to the room to vote, to the diary room. And like, I can't remember exactly what they said, but it was a little back and forth banter of like Christmas saying like, well, now I definitely know who I'm voting out. And Danny's like, okay, whatever. Like, and she was like, she's okay. Like, it was petty, but you know, we do enjoy it because they're not supposed to talk. They don't like when they do that in between those things. So it makes for some more entertainment. I don't know. I mean, at the same time, Danny, you're holding Nicole's hands. So like, you still look stupid, but you know, anyways, so that happened. And then another thing that we got to see was Tyler and Christmas deciding to try to flip the vote to keep David and get rid of Nicole. It was a good plan. I mean, it's so hard to say good because everything that's left in this game, including all the players, is pretty much trash. So it's kind of like, I don't really care. But we're here, we're still doing it. So, you know, I would say my winner pick at this point, who I would want to win, like I said before, but also who's really kind of besides Cody in the best position, is Enzo. So they tried to get Enzo in on it, and because Cody's like his #1 dude, and Cody, it would be going against Cody because Cody was the HOH and he wanted David gone. Or no, Memphis was the HOH. I don't know. I can't remember. But he wanted David gone. And so Enzo, Tyler and Christmas basically confronted Enzo in the bathroom. And Enzo was like, yeah, man, sure. Yeah, bro. Oh, we're flipping? Okay. And then even when they were going to vote, which I said to Scotty when we were watching, I was like, why is it taking Enzo so long to go through the hallway, passing Tyler to go into the diary room? And I was like, they're talking like they're not supposed to. They're supposed to just do the little cute, hey, walk by thing, you know, whatever they do. But they were, because then on this episode we got to see it. Tyler was basically like, vote out Nicole, man. And Enzo was like, all right, bro. And then he got in there, he's like, yo, I vote to evict David. And he didn't even really want to evict David, but to him that was the best game move, because going against Cody being his number one man just didn't seem like the right thing to do for him at this point. So that's what we got. So it was kind of like Tyler got to get out Danny and like kind of get her back. But then in that same breath, during that same night, he sort of sealed his fate for this next week when Cody went HOH. Because, dun, 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 Christmas and Tyler were nominated. Oh, shocker. Honestly, either one of them can go. We'll get to that kind of comment later. But, yeah, Nicole was very upset with the waterworks, but also Nicole decided to just be like, they're evil. I hate both of them. And she even Miss I don't cuss and I'm so sweet, which is a load of garbage, called them dumbasses. And I was like, ooh, she's getting feisty. She was like, basically like, one, how dare people put me on the block? Two, how dare they think they could vote me out? Me? Like, girl, calm it down. I'm gonna need you to take it down. But it's pretty comical because even at one point she's on the feeds trying to talk to us, like talk to the camera and tell us like about what's happening, how she's upset, and the camera just like switches to another camera. Like they were like, live feeders don't care. We don't care about you, Nicole. Yeah, like she was like, Christmas is playing a dirty game. She's real dirty player. I'm like, no, boo, that's you. Christmas is a felon. It's different category. You're a snake. Like, takes one to know one, I guess. I digress. I mean, you threw your best friend under the bus for and to this person, but now you want to complain about her because, oh, it didn't totally work out in your favor. Like, oh, like she even wanted to boo-hoo about, this was such a hard night for me. I was on the block twice. Like acting like the people that got evicted didn't have as hard of a night as her. Or that the fact that she's never been nominated and was the pawn the whole time was so hard and upset. Girl, sit down. Ain't nobody got time. The hypocrisy, the BS of it all, like, it's just gonna be a solid no for me. Yeah, no, no. So that was, you know, a decent part of the episode of them, her woe is meing, and you know, she's on the floor crying. Cody comes in, come on, picks her up. Would you rather be out the door? You're fine, get going. Like, oh my God, the Captain Save-A-Ho mentality that she allows these boys to have that make them feel like they're big and bad and taking care of this like wounded little bird is just hilarious. Like, hilarious. So basically, Tyler, obviously, and Xmas, as hate calling her by her real name. I mean, Memorial Day. Yeah, I had to think of one. They tried to flip Enzo. He said yes, but he didn't do it. And then he ended up telling Cody that it happened. So outed them for sure because Enzo and Cody have confided in each other and they're definitely like super tight. So Cody's, I mean, it was obvious, but Cody was like confirmed. Yep, that's what happened. Yeah. So basically, yeah, Nicole was turning on Tyler and Christmas as if she wasn't already not the biggest fans, but she kind of was like going to Christmas and going against Danny for a minute, and I think the only reason she now isn't is because of the vote. Now she's like, no, I don't like you. I was like, okay, like you were just trying to work with her, but whatever. And apparently she was talking to the camera / Dom, trying to say like, I really thought that Danny was like, she's so mean and like she was talking bad about me, so I talked bad about her, but I'm so sorry. Like, we've seen your DRs, we've seen the live feeds, girl. Give it a break, give it a rest. No one believes you. So then, like I said, Tyler and Christmas were nominated, and they, for a lack of a better terminology or saying, when it comes to Christmas being involved, they threw each other under the bus, ran each other over with Mercedes, back and forth. They just went for it. They were like, final two, I don't care. This was like, even before the veto, they were already like throwing each other under the bus. And the funniest part is they ended up having a conversation later about how like, I'm not gonna throw you under the bus. No, man, I'm not either. Like, Clash of the Titans, like, okay. Anyways, man, you can't pick more awful people, and they're all together, and it's just, it is interesting to watch them meet each other alive, though. I don't know. It's like, what is the lesser of two evils? At this point, the person that I dislike the least is Enzo, so we're going for him, but the person that I think will look so dumb if they don't win is Cody. I mean, you can't be more set up than with the pre-alliances that he's been set up with, and just the way he's played the game. And there's the only person that has any interest in going after him or has said his name is Christmas. So it's like, I don't know, maybe we want her to stay for that reason, because originally Cody was like, he was like leaning more towards Christmas. I want Christmas to go, I want Tyler to stay. Which, once again, if you really look at it, just like Danny's mistake is, you put Tyler on the block, you got to take Tyler out. Like, what are you doing? Like, you don't, did you not watch the season? I don't know the miss that he has. Now I'm just going to give a little bit of spoilers. We know that Cody wins the veto. Yay! Like, okay, whatever. He doesn't use it. Surprise, surprise. These are his nominations. He wants to keep them the same. Apparently Nicole had a conversation with Tyler about it and let it slip, because she's later like, I can't believe I said that. Like, she's really losing it. Like, she's real big mad. And she literally said to him, I don't want to keep either one of you. Well, girl, one of them's gonna stay. That's how it works. So it's not really the smartest thing to say, but Nicole's getting real feisty up in here. You know, she dropped that cuss word, and she's called them dumbasses. She's letting loose now, okay? She's upset that anyone had the audacity to come for her. She's the only winner left in the house, but okay, whatever. Yeah, and then Tyler gave a pitch to Memphis, basically saying, no one likes you, Memphis, so I want to take you to final two because I know I can beat you. So keep me so I can take you to final two and beat you. That was his pitch. I mean, Tyler might be losing it too. I'm not sure. I guess the last ditch effort, I mean, he's not lying, but I just don't see how that's going to make Memphis go, yeah, I'm going to keep him. I mean, Tyler and Nicole are the only people in the house that Memphis doesn't have a little final three with. Like, he has his two wise guys, and the only person on the block that's not in it is Tyler. So obviously he wants to get rid of Tyler, and Tyler is a threat. So good luck, Tyler, with that one. Didn't seem to stick. Memphis pretty much told him he's not keeping him, but he's not 100%. But Tyler's not stupid. He knows what it means. And then the other thing is Nicole, she's actually very upset that Christmas has not really campaigned to her to get her to keep her. Well, you guys sort of had a little falling out, and yeah, I don't think she thinks like the best idea is to go up and really campaign to you, but also Christmas is under the impression she's staying, and this new school way is like, don't campaign too much because they get mad about it. And if she thinks she's staying, I think she's just trying to lay low and like fingers crossed. Not that I care what happens to Christmas, but I think that is her mentality. But in Nicole's, it's, she's been on the block for how many days, and like she just thinks she's too comfortable, and like she didn't even campaign to me, Cody. Okay, so I digress. Yeah, that's a little bit of the spoilers. I don't know what it can't get better, but we'll just keep watching and hoping for miracles, and we'll see which lesser of two evils ends up winning this whole thing. But yeah, we'll be back on, well, I will be back on Wednesday, and Scotty will be here too. And then we'll update you on more. And then hopefully we'll also get the next HOH spoiler, and we'll have that in there too. So keep a lookout. But in the meantime, like, comment, share, subscribe.